Okay, this is my negative. This is my argument negative that police officers should be demilitarized. Militarization is the process in which a society organizes itself for military contact or violence. My counter definition is militarization is the use of military equipment and tactics by law enforcement for a specific purpose. Subpoint B, violation. My point believes officers are trained to approach every encounter as a violent one, meaning police officers have embedded in their minds that they're out to contact violence. Obviously, that's not always necessarily the case. Based on community policing, but just the back of the minds, a violent encounter is imminent, just based on the nature of the job. Standards using specialized equipment in tactical scenarios when a threat presents itself is that the average citizen can't handle. Meaning, in order for a police officer to do their job effectively, they would need military equipment. I'll explain that later, my disadvantages. So it is a necessity of the job to further preserve life in case of an incident. Impact, the countless lives that have been saved due to police having the necessary equipment far supersede any argument of police officers not needing military equipment. Start with my first disadvantage. My opponent is saying that pretty much a broad generalization that everyone in uniform is set out to attack and hurt citizens. Meaning the specific purpose once police officers go on the streets is to literally harm people. That's kind of what I understood. My opponent said that citizens will be seen as nails that police officers, citizens made as nails, police officers being a hammer. Also, police officers see everyone as enemies that is not a part of themselves or involved in law enforcement whatsoever. I think it's just a broad generalization, meaning that some type of Robocop saying that we're just police officers are emotionless. They just set out to kill, so have embedded preconceived notion in their mind that they're going to hurt citizens once they work. If you start removing weapons needed for critical incidents, you're further jeopardizing the lives of many others. For example, not too long ago, we all heard about the Las Vegas shootings. Now, in according to an article by the USA Today, the Las Vegas shooter had 23 weapons, including semi-automatic weapons, scopes, ammunition, vests, including many other weapons. Isn't that by itself military-grade equipment? No average citizen has that type of firepower. I know I don't. Now, how would police respond if they didn't have the necessary equipment to deal with that scenario? A person that's shooting from a high vantage point and has literally no weaknesses until you reach that vantage point. How would police officers effectively do their job? How would they protect citizens if they don't have the necessary equipment to handle a critical incident like that? My impact: if you can't rely on law enforcement to be there when you are in danger, who else can you rely on? Are you going to call a federal entity or government come and help you? By the time they come out, it's going to be too late. Second disadvantage, my opponent states that with the fact that she thinks police see color, sexual preference, gender during protests is unreasonable. I think police officers just see the threat, see violence directed towards pretty much a uniform instead of that person itself. At the end of the day, police officers are still human. They want to go home at the end of the day. My opponent stated feeling people feel targeted based on their color. Once again, it's highly unreasonable, even kind of immoral to think just because based on your color you are supposed to get hurt or even worse, lose your life. My argument is, how do you control the actions of thousands of people coming out to protest? How do you control their minds, their actions, when some people are out there just inciting violence? You can't control the actions of other people, just your own. So just making a generalization that when police deal with protests, all they want to do is hurt people. No, they want to protect themselves. There's nothing wrong against a peaceful protest. My impact as police officers reserve the right to be fully prepared in case a protest starts. Once again, the arguments, brothers, sons, fathers, they want to go home. They should not be less prepared just because they're afraid they might hurt someone's feelings or they are thinking another reason.